40 versus 40.
Gotta love to see it.
Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'm joined by the DB Grinders.
What's up, what up?
Alright, so if everybody's familiar with the DB Grinder, you go check him out on YouTube, where he posts 1 billion videos a day, all high-rated DB. Today a market watch, and also you have the Master Duel Grinder going now.
Yep, that's my second channel that I've been doing every day too.
Yeah, it's been fun watching. If you want to see him get terrorized by zombies and his more recent content, would check that out. Was fun. Alright, so if anyone's new to the series, I bring on a guest who knows how to play a deck. They tell me what to do through a few games on ygopro, and I try and ask them questions about the decisions we are going to be making in-game. We are playing a deck that isn't actually released yet, so I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comments. There's also a combo video tutorial on your channel.
Yep.
Alright, it was also like a 10-hour testing session. I'm not sure if it was 10 hours with the Kashtira. I know it was 5 hours with Zoo.
Yeah, I did 10 with Kashtira.
Alright, so if anyone wants to see all the goo, it should be up there. Alright, let's do a quick card by card, and then we'll discuss anything that's interesting about your deck list, and maybe some things that people aren't familiar with just because the cards haven't actually been released yet. Then we'll play a few games, and we'll come back at the end and see if there's something that we didn't come up that we should probably discuss. A quick rundown, we have 3 Unicorn, 3 Fenrir. I think you have this organized in a way where it should make sense to go this way. 3 copies of Primeval Planet Bariosis, who knows what they'll name it eventually. 2 copies of Riseheart, 1 copy of Tier Limit Kashtira. 3 copies of Papyrus, 3 copies of Birth, 3 copies of Prosperity, 1 copy of Terraforming, and 1 Necro Valley, and 1 Scareclaw Kashtira. And then the rest of the cards, we have a Big Bang and a bunch of going second cards. We have 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Shifter, 3 Lava Golem, and 3 Book of Eclipse. In the extra, we got 3 copies of Riseheart, I hate this card, 2 copies of Shangri-La, 2 copies of Zeus, 2 copies of Big Eye, 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, 1 Diablosis, the Mind Hacker, 1 number 76 Harmonizing Griddale, I'm not familiar with this card, 1 copy of Titanic Moth, 1 copy of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, 1 Donna Dagger for Hire, and in the side we're on 3 Solemn Judgment, 1 Appointer of the Red Lotus, 1 Set Rotation, 1 Zombie World, 3 of the Karikura Div Incarnate, Psyframe Driver, 3 copies of Gamma, 1 Effect Veiler, and a Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere mode. So, new format coming up. Any particular texts that are in this deck for the format?
Yeah, so I decided to play Book of Eclipse and Lava Golem. I would say those are like the biggest texts in the deck. I think Lava Golem against the Kashtira mirror match, it destroys their whole field. It's really good. And then you can also have it for going first and set it and use it like a trap card. And then Lava Golem, obviously going second. Like, this card's just an animal. Like, it just tributes their field, summons it out. You can grab it off Prosperity. Your deck doesn't really need to normal summon that often, but that's another reason why I didn't want to play like too many like Lava Golems and Sphere modes in my deck, because you don't want to have the option of normal summon just like taken out of your deck, because sometimes you want to activate the Kashtira Birth and like normal summon with Fenrir adds. Also, I guess one thing that's a little bit different is I play Necro Valley in the main deck. That is a Floodgate against Tier, and then also I have Terraforming that can grab it, or it can grab Engine, and then I also have Set Rotation in the side deck that can grab a Floodgate or grab Engine. So I really like cards like Terraforming and Set Rotation that give you like an option between like Engine or Floodgate, especially when you're playing a card like Pot of Prosperity. It just gives your cards a lot more like flexibility and more options.
Fair enough, I'm a Mystic Mind, but then again, I was a degenerate. Alright, I see there's lots of duplicates in the extra deck. You want to address that? Mostly because I'm sure it's for the format.
Yeah. You're going to have to start playing multiples of cards that you want to keep in your extra deck and actually use, because the Kashtira deck has Diablos and Unicorn, and both of those rip cards from extra deck. So if you play like 1 Zeus in your extra deck, they're just obviously going to rip your 1 Zeus, and then you just don't get to play with it. So I have the important cards in multiples, and then the not so important cards at 1. But because I still want to have a lot of options with the extra deck, especially because if you play against a deck like that's just not playing Unicorn or Mind Hacker, you still want to have like all the other cards. And I think everything comes up enough, like all the 1-ofs to where they're good. I also thought about playing Floor, the Baron. A lot of people play that because you can normal summon Ash and use a Kashtira to go ahead and summon that, and that can be really good in some scenarios. People also play the Blackluster Soldier Link, but that card really wasn't coming up for me. I made it one time, and I think it was not even proper to make, just because I wanted more outs to Babushka, but then I realized the Scareclaw Kashtira in the main deck is actually the best out to Babushka that this deck can have. just because it's a searchable card that can attack and defense, so it can just beat over Babushka.
Okay, I never even considered that. I don't think it's come up in a video that I've seen so far.
Yeah, it doesn't come up that often, especially because if they end on like Babushka plus Kikalos with Crime, it can be like really hard to break that, and that's what a lot of people are doing. But there's like some scenarios where like you shifter them and they only Babushka pass, and you just like summon Scareclaw and beat over.
All right, cool. Makes sense. I think this is played for a very specific purpose, right? If your opponent gives you a monster or something?
It can be used for that, but it's also in case if you like normal summon Ash and just want to pop a card. But yeah, if your opponent does Lava Golem you, it might actually end up having to play 2 for higher, because if your opponent Lava Golems you and then they leave Kashtira Unicorn on field, standby phase Lava Golem activates the burn, and then Unicorn will rip the link out of the extra deck, and then you can't get Lava Golem off field because you have no link. So I might end up playing 2 for higher. I just haven't decided if enough people are actually going to play Lava Golem for that to be like warranted in my extra deck yet.
Okay, fair. And there were a couple of cards I expected you to be playing, mostly because of just things you've said on the channel before, like Change of Heart or Mind Control in the side.
Yeah, so Mind Control I actually don't think is that good. I think Change of Heart's a lot better, but I think those are cards that are better for like tasking, and I don't like tasking in this deck. I think tasking's a lot better in something like Tier Limit, where that deck can like force interaction a lot better. That deck doesn't lose to go in second cards as hard. Like, if you Book of Eclipse this deck and you just never hand trapped it, then I have a dead tasking, and I probably don't have enough defensive cards to hold myself off and try to keep myself alive that turn. While Tier Limit, if you hit them with a card like Book of Eclipse, they're just gonna play through it most of the time and not really care about it as much. And also they have like Ishizus that force your opponent to mill, and if they start using effects, then you can like tasking in the Talons or tasking in the Instant Fusion. And that deck also just has good tasking targets. This deck, if you get hit with something like Effect Veiler, you don't have anything really good to set from deck, because tasking only adds to hand if your opponent controls a monster. So we don't really have anything good to set, because we want to use our Kashtira trap card in our like combo and banish it off Rise Heart, where like Tier Limit they could go set a Tier Limit Meta Noise from deck if they just get stopped with like a Veiler.
Okay, so they actually want some of their cards set. So if they have to set a card, they actually can accomplish something with it.
Yeah, they can accomplish way more than this deck can.
All right, makes sense. And I had a couple of questions about the side, which I have guesses what they're for. Like there's Judgment, and I assume this is for like those big spell cards like Book of Eclipse that people might play against you.
Yeah, yeah. And like Talons, tasking, those cards are really good. It's like Judgment, a Pointer, those are just like the generic good going first cards. A Pointer also hits Lava Golems and Sphere modes. And then Set Rotation, just because like it's Engine or Floodgate, so I think that card's really good. And then also, if you want to, you could side that in against field spell decks, and also against a deck like Flamberies. So I have the Zombie World on the side. Want to be a little bit prepared for that deck.
And this I just saw in one of your videos recently, which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I've been trying that card out more and more. I have a lot of buddies that like that card in current format, and so I wanted to try it like post Photon. And because against like Kashtira players, the idea was that they stand by phase Shangri-La, summon from deck, and then you can just throw them, or you could force a Rise Heart because its effect to attach is mandatory, and then you could Karkura them. So it's just been a card that I've been testing. I still don't know how I feel about it all the way yet, but it's just in the side deck because I was testing it out. I think it's pretty decent overall though.
Okay. And oh yeah, I want to make one more comment or question really. Because Book of Eclipse is like a card that people might not think of before something like Dark Hole or Raigeki. I think this card is protection or something.
Yeah, that can protect itself from card effect or by battle.
Okay. Just so people know why people are on specifically Book of Eclipse, it might have felt like a really random card. All right.
I think it's also because Eclipse going first is just way better than drawing Dark Hole going first. Or like against Tier Limit, you really don't want a Dark Hole their field. You'll probably give them like more than what they started off with.
Okay. Has it backfired if anybody's cards flipping over in your testing?
Yeah, there's definitely some times where like you try to go first, you get hand trapped, and then you don't really have anything, and you have to eclipse the opponent, and like it sets your own field. So there's like a lot of like really awkward scenarios with this card. But overall, I think it's been performing rather good.
All right, fantastic. And let's see, I had one more question. Well, it wasn't more of a question. It was more for the audience, really, like why people were playing Change of Heart and Mind Control. I think it's, you can make a Rise Heart if your opponent activates Shangri-La.
Yeah, so If they use the Shangri-La effect, then, or if anyone uses Shangri-La effect, then you can summon your Arise Heart. So if your opponent goes FA Shangri-La effect, you could go Mind Control or Change the Heart, take any of their monsters, and then summon your own Arise Heart. I don't think it's the best option in this deck, but I think other decks, that's something that we might end up seeing.
Okay, and I think that's also part of the reason why people are ripping the Zeus first.
Yeah, Zeus is just so good against the deck because like your interruption is usually like Fenrir, you might have Unicorn. Pretty much if you can't Arise Heart stop the Zeus line, then you have no way to stop the Zeus line. And Zeus just like wipes your entire field, and most of the time it's just game. So that's why I feel like two of it's really good.
Okay, I don't have any other questions at the moment. Is there anything else you could think of that's worth mentioning before we get into the games?
Yeah, you could also play in the extra deck the Odd Eyes package. It's a 4-card package where you play like Absolute Dragon and two of the Rebellion guys. I don't remember their names exactly.
Yeah, this I am familiar with. It's Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon into Overlord, which you do by linking off a Absolute for a Gravity Controller, right?
Yep. And that's how you get 10,000 damage. So that's a way to turn 2 level 7s into an OTK route if you want to put that in the extra.
All right, that always looked cool. I didn't really know what deck made the most sense to do that in. I guess this is the rank 7 deck. It probably makes a lot of sense.
And also Gravity Controller can come up because you can just summon your XYZs up in the extra monster zone and just turn a Shangri-La into a bounce if you need to.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't consider the uses for Gravity Controller. Like, I think my favorite is just like outing Avramax. That's pretty common. All right, cool.
Oh, also, one more thing about the extra deck. With Pot of Prosperity, you can actually banish cool stuff like the Infinite Track and then attach it with a Rise Heart. And since a Rise Heart's a machine, you can actually stop a Rise Heart from being destroyed by card effects also. So that's another way to play around like Dark Hole or Igeki if those cards get popular.
Okay, so purposely playing Prosperity, well, playing a Goliath in your extra to banish off Prosperity so that you can attach it with that. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, cool. I think that covers a lot of it. A lot of these things I have seen come up on the videos on your channel. Just a couple things I just wasn't 100% familiar with. Okay, I think we have what we need to get playing, and maybe we'll be reminded by other things during the games, or maybe we'll remember something at the end. All right. So post P is it PHY?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. This is Edo Pro, and the odds of getting what we are looking for is low.
Hopefully it's not like some Utopia deck or something.
Yeah. So at some point, I guess you'll be starting the Edo Pro grinder. Yeah, we could play against anything. We might get people who quit after game 1. We do have to be realistic of the timer. I set a pretty long timer so people won't think we're just trying to stall them if we take time to discuss a lot of plays, but pretty much I'll do everything you say, and if I have a question, I'll try and ask about it. I might ask questions that the audience might ask that I actually already know the answer to, just because, you know, to get it addressed for the video. And if we're taking too long, our opponent could always quit. So we do have to try and move at a reasonable pace. If there's like a whole bunch of play lines, and I know we'd love to discuss every possible decision, but we might as well just make a play, and then, well, on their turn, we can talk about what we didn't do, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about on their turn sometimes.
Yeah, this deck isn't like that hard to play. Once you get like a lot of the interactions down, a lot of the combos really start the same. It's just like going second sometimes when breaking their board. There's like super insane routes. Like yesterday, I was getting coached by my buddy, and we were playing and testing for the YCSs coming up, and there was like a really crazy combo where like I had to summon Draco Sack, summon tokens, tribute the tokens for a Kashtira Unicorn, and the line was just so hard to find.
All right. Well, we lost the dice roll, so our opponent should be going first. 40 versus 40.
Gotta love to see it.
All right, looks like we're going first, though. How do we start?
Sheesh. All right, we're gonna start with Kashtira Unicorn. That's the one you usually always want to start with. That's the best one now.
Do zones matter whatsoever nowadays?
No, not really. Like for your main monster zones, it won't matter.
All right.
And then you can Unicorn, and we're gonna search Birth because we have Fenrir in hand already. So then we're able to activate the Birth, and then just normal summon out Fenrir.
Just so everyone knows, it's because Birth lets you do that.
Yep, and Fenrir effect to go search for Rise Heart. You always want to grab this in the combo because it banishes cards from their deck face down. And you'll see why that's really important in a second. And then you'll summon the Rise Heart from hand. You usually want to do that before overlaying, because otherwise a Gamma on the hand effect of Rise Heart will end your turn. And then you can overlay, summon out the Shangri-La. But I guess like here we have burst, so we weren't losing the game anyways. But and then we can get Rise Heart effect, go banish Big Bang.
All right, so this is what you meant by it's used for the combo. Is there anything we can do if we draw it in our opener?
Yeah, you can search your Scareclaw Kashtira or something, and then banish it from your hand with that.
There.
And then here we're gonna get our XYZ effect Chainlink 1, and then Trap Chainlink 2. So just lock one of their random zones.
So we're just trying to protect our monster from a card effect by putting it as chain link.
Yeah, just in case there's something random to stop it. And then do the Fenrir. It'll, I think, add it to hand and then special.
All right, defense. I guess it doesn't really matter, right?
Just attack position. And then you can overlay your Fenrir and Rise Heart to summon out the Mind Hacker. It's like the standard combo that you'll see in a lot of the YouTube combos.
Yeah, attack defense doesn't matter.
Attack position has like pretty low defense.
Okay.
And then use the effect. Go ahead, rip from their extract, attach Fenrir.
Just so everyone knows, we gain 3 levels by activating the Rise Heart.
Ooh. Okay. How many Mega Fleet was there?
There's one Mega Fleet. There's one Fortress. We are on a machine, but we're not in the extra monster zone.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit the Fortress.
The Chimera Tech Fortress? Or the Mega Fleet or the Fortress?
Fortress. Yeah, that one.
Okay, because we're not in the extra monster zone. Okay. Oh, so it asked me to confirm, and now it's asking me to pick. Kind of weird. All right.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, then we'll be able to get both the effects, Mind Hacker 1, and then Shangri-La 2.
I guess we could protect it if it gets ogred or something.
Yep. So we get to lock another zone, and then they have to banish 4 from their main deck face down, and then we get to lock another zone.
So most of the combos lead to 3 zones locked. I guess we try and get all monster or all spell and trap cards.
Yeah. And then we can use the Birth effect here to special summon back out the Fenrir from the graveyard. And then it doesn't matter what position it's in, because we're just going to overlay a Rise Heart on top of it.
The attack defense for this, do you care? It's 3,000, right?
Honestly, we should probably just put a Rise Heart over the Shangri-La. I would just leave the Fenrir there.
Rise Heart over the Shangri-La.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to hurt us a lot more.
Do we go attack so that's harder for them to like crash? They didn't have a Zeus in there, I don't think.
Yeah, I just realized as I said that. Yeah, you just summon that and attack. Either way, I think this play's okay. To be honest, I did forget they were playing Cyber Dragon for a second. Otherwise, I would say we leave Shangri-La on field so that way we bring out Fenrir and standby. Because usually you don't want to use your Shangri-La because of opponents at Rise Hearts. So that was a misplay, but I don't think it'll change very much.
All right.
And then we can just pass here.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, sometimes you forget when we're playing the randomness of ygopro. This is what post-Photon Hypernova got us. Lightning Storm, okay.
Okay, so that's tough.
Yeah, this is the kind of fun things that happen in this series.
All right, so yeah, that's good.
A particular card worth ashing in Cyber Dragon specifically? Oh, this is the weird one, right? This is the...
Oh, I don't even know what that card does.
All right. It sends 2 dragon and/or machines with cyber in their names with different attributes to the graveyard, 1 from hand and 1 from deck, to add a dragon or machine cyber dragon monster from the deck to the hand. And if they do, they get to send a machine cyber fusion monster from their extra deck to the graveyard. This seems like an ashable card. They can only activate it once per turn. I think this sends like a card that makes their guys untargetable.
Yeah, we'll ash that. It seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's like at least decent.
Yeah, if that's what they're searching off core, then that's probably like their main card.
Yeah. Them getting another Cyber Dragon in hand isn't necessarily going to do anything unless they have Power Bond, in which case we were dead anyway. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good. So, they do have to end the game this turn, though, for sure.
Yeah, it's surprising how much you can do with this deck if your board does get wiped, if you don't die. Like with the Birth, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of follow-up here. I'm just very concerned about us losing this turn. But I guess there's not really anything we can do about it. Just sit back and like watch the show.
Yeah. That's one of the benefits of playing on Edo versus DB. We don't have to wait for our opponent to think that much to just do things.
Yeah, we don't. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I think we can concede.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity. Okay. Well, yep, they got it. All right.
All right.
Game 2.
Yeah, a few mistakes that game led to us losing. So you just got to bounce back from that. So I think we'll go ahead and put in the 3 judgments, a pointer, set rotation, zombie world. Yeah, zombie world seems pretty good against them. And then take out the 3 lava golem, the Necker Valley. Let's take out. It doesn't seem like this player's built their deck for post Photon Hypernova yet.
They did have the newest cyber cards. Maybe they're built to beat this kind of deck. It's possible.
I was just trying to think because if they have Book of Eclipse, then we keep Ashen to beat it. I'd honestly probably just take out like 2 Imperm at this point.
All right, looks good.
Yep.
All right, and we'll go first. Then we could have chose to go second, maybe, just because they're on cybers, but I don't think they're on like a standard bill. All right.
I don't really know what their deck does going first. I'm more scared of their deck going first than going second, to be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah, this is part of the experience also on ygopro Pro. They're like, oh, you didn't wait for me to attack you for game? I'll leave. Or they got tired of waiting for us to decide. Either way, we'll just try and get a match against a more appropriate deck. All right.
That was a pretty good hand, though.
Yeah, it looked wild. Yeah, I don't usually cut too much unless there's something really stupid happens. What would happen? I don't know. If someone comes in with a 3-card extra deck or something really stupid.
Yeah, that's fair. A little bit. I'll get a little bit more used to ygopro Pro. Yeah, it's like the same thing with Master Duel 2 for me. I'll like see what my opponent's playing, and then I'll just forget it. It's unfortunate, but I'll definitely play better in this one.
You have a preference to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, scissors.
I agree, especially on ygopro Pro.
No, not like this. Okay, so they're playing
deck.
60 cards. That's crazy. First thoughts, it could be like a branded build, or it could just be like a completely wild ygopro Pro or Ed Pro deck.
It could be like a combo. Okay. I didn't really want to have a long conversation with them, but sometimes you write too much in the comments and they're like, oh, they're really going to have long conversations. So not with this hand. Okay. I hope it's competitive. Raid Raptor?
Oh, I think... Or we let this go. Or, we don't Kashtira there, I'm not. And then we don't Ashless.
Alright, so I think this is foolish as a Raid Raptor, right?
Yeah.
That one says they can't die. That's it?
Okay.
Alright, we have 6 cards to play with. They can't physically die because of this card.
Wait, but that card says they have to have one engraved.
Oh, let's see. Let's fully read it. Alright, you can bet. Hold on. If you have a Raid Raptor monster in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and you take no damage this turn. Okay, so Fenrir will probably just banish it at some point and then they will die.
I don't think we'll have game here, though. This deck, I don't really play it super explosive, which is why I like cut the OTK package, but we're going to go special summon Fenrir.
Alrighty.
And then I also feel like they're going to have hand traps if they just pass like that. But we can go Fenrir, search Unicorn.
Or they opened one of their 12 bricks that they have in their 60-card deck. So that's pretty common.
Yeah. It's probably more likely.
Alright.
Yeah, just search the Unicorn.
Alright, so if we open Fenrir, we search Unicorn. If we open Unicorn, we search cards that get to Fenrir. Alright.
I would actually say typically if you open Fenrir, you search Rise Heart, because that's like your extender. Just here we have a Birth to normal summon out the Unicorn. So we can Birth, and then normal Unicorn. Alright. And then we can Unicorn effect to go search for Papayas.
Alrighty.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like we could just play around Nib here and just go... Yeah, so I think we actually just go Tier Limit, Kashtira, Banish Fenrir to summon it from hand.
I don't know what the stats of our monster is. Attack mode?
Yeah, attack mode.
Yeah, this card I'm not too familiar with. Banish Fenrir.
Yep, no effect on that. That can make either player mill 3 when it's summoned.
Alright.
And then we can go, Birth, special summon back out the Fenrir, and then just go battle. And we'll put them on have something here. We can Fenrir banish that face down, so now like Imperm's not gonna, I guess they want to have Imperm or anything. They really want to do anything either.
Just so everyone knows, this happens before the damage step, so it will trigger a replay, so we just attack for game.
Yep. I don't think they'll have anything here unless there's some weird Battle Fader card in their deck that I just don't know about.
There is. It's this trap card. No, they have nothing.
No, I was gonna say, if there is one, then I lose to it. I don't know what to do.
Let's just get some information on what they're playing while we're here.
That's fair.
It looks like they might be on cherries.
Okay.
That's relevant.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess we can just banish like Rusty. We're just attacking for game.
Yeah, just...
Interesting that they wouldn't scoop when we activate Unicorn effect to try to not reveal more information.
Yeah, I didn't look at it that closely, but we have the log here. One of the benefits of ygopro Pro.
Oh, that's crazy. That shows the whole extra deck.
It shows every card that's been revealed for anything at any point. And
yeah,
at some
that's
point
insane.
we can clear...
I like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good features here. Anyways, side decking versus a combo Raid Raptor deck.
So probably put in Oh wait, Karkura is like insane against this, right? Because they're trying to go for like Kali Yuga. That was in their extra, right?
It is. I don't know how much they're going to activate on. It's our first turn, and
That's because
they're going first, so.
Yeah, the Kali Yuga it's on its summon though.
Yes.
So maybe we put in. I think we just put in like the three Karkura, like Gamma, Driver, Veiler, Sphere mode, and then we'll see like what we're able to take out after trying to put all that in. I think.
This might be too late, right?
Yeah, we take out Necker Valley. We can take out the Scareclaw Kashtira since we know that they don't play Babushka in their deck. We can take out one of the Births. That card going second isn't as good, especially once you put in another like normal summon like Sphere mode. And then let's go ahead and take out. Honestly, let's take out the Karkuras. I was gonna leave those in, but I kind of just want to have more hand traps against them. Their deck's not like pretty scary. And then I want to leave Eclipse in because Eclipse beats the rank up spell. So I think we actually just take out the 3 Prosperity, which usually isn't something I would recommend doing. Since if we don't see like hand traps or going second cards, that card just won't do anything since they lock everything.
Weird things in this program is you actually can't type during siding, so I just didn't want to. I wanted to let them know we weren't just like, taking forever. Oh.
Oh. Honestly, we could just ash that. Yeah, I think we ash that.
I mean, it's the same as any other like starter. If they have anything, they're going to get to it.
So this may actually explain their deck more, because like we thought their extra deck was for cherries, but
it did seem like they had too many cards to cherries in there. Like they're not going to cherries Arise Heart and Shangri-La and I forgot what the other one was. Let's take a look. So they had Arise Heart, they had Diablosis. Yeah, they had the whole suite. It actually makes more sense that way. Do we care what this card mills? Probably not.
No, I think that's fine. That's like way too random in 55.
Kind of reminds me of a deck I play. I'm actually on a 60 card Tearlament Orcus Phantom Knight deck. Oh shit.
Oh, that sounds sick. I love Orcus cards so much.
Yeah, but they're just pretty bad in general. But it does fun stuff. I can't get myself to play like the pure tier deck. I have it. It's just boring. Oh, they didn't activate Sign?
Or
During
it has to be sent from
hand or field,
right?
Oh, okay.
Oh, hand too. Okay. That's fair.
Okay, they're probably dead. Looks like they didn't really do anything. This can't activate on our Shangri-La, can it?
Oh.
If Shangri-La activates Shangri-La you control. Okay. All right, what are we doing?
We can go special summon Fenrir, and then we'll be able to Fenrir effect search for Unicorn. Okay. That probably won't do anything here. They will get the mill off their guy.
I don't know if they can possibly hit that's productive, though.
Yeah.
Unicorn, right?
Yep. Alright, let's find out. They could hit like the trap card.
Let me look in
Do any of those, did they mill anything good?
They milled Perfumer, which doesn't do anything in Grave. I don't think Tribute Lanius does anything in Grave. And
okay. Yeah, we can just use our Kashtira effect here and just our Fenrir effect here and go banish their preparations face down. Because that's their like only follow-up card here.
Is that a new card or the old one? I feel like there's a different one.
That's the old one. And then we can go activate Birth. And then normal summon out Unicorn. And then effect, go search for Papayas. And then Papayas, I can target either one.
And this is going to summon a fire monster.
Yep, it's going to summon out the Rise Heart, the deck.
That locks us into Xyz, right? Just so people know.
Yep. Right. And then here we're going to overlay our Unicorn and Fenrir to summon out the Shangri-La. And then we can Rise Heart, go banish the trap.
Our opponent is accepted defeat, but also doesn't want to scoop, so we'll just combo. No zone. Sure.
Yep. Then just bring out the Fenrir. I usually just bring out Fenrir off of this. There's sometimes where
a reason to consider the Unicorn is that we've already hit them with the Fenrir effect. I don't know.
To be honest, it's not really going to matter, because I guess you could say, no, because I'd rather just have like Fenrir in rotation. I don't think the Unicorn is going to matter anymore.
Alright.
And then we can overlay. Go ahead and summon out. I guess we could go for Big Eye. Yeah, let's go for Big Eye. And then Big Eye can take their guy. They're one of their tier limit Kashtiras.
Alright, that way we can show people other options. That's cool.
And then here, we can go ahead and summon the Rise Heart over their tier limit Kashtira. And then we can use our Birth to summon back Fenrir from the graveyard.
I keep forgetting how it gets there, getting detached off of things. Alright.
And then just go battle phase. I guess Fenrir beat over the tier limit card first.
Oh, I guess the order doesn't really matter, right? I should have probably...
Yeah, it probably doesn't. This guy's deck has some weird cards with it. And then we will equip our trap card.
Wait, that's not our trap card. Oh, okay. Just making sure I'm looking at the right stuff. ygopro is a little weird with determining whose cards are which in that menu. They're color-coded, you can tell by looking at the... like here, it'll show it again. So the face-up cards are in white, the face-down cards are in blue, and I guess this is also their card that we know is face-down, so it lets us see it, but it's blue because it's face-down.
Yeah, that's weird. But we can just equip their tier limit Kashtira guy.
Alrighty, and...
main phase 2, and then we can put Zeus over the big eye, because the Arise Heart battled.
Alright.
And then set Imperm. And then that's all we're going to do this turn. So we have a Rise Heart banished because we have exactly 3 under it. We're not going to use the standby phase effect to summon because we know that they play Kashtira cards in their deck.
That's one of the ways to lose the game, so if you don't need to use it, just don't use it.
Yeah, right here we're just doing it to like show off. You typically don't use it because the game's already over. We have so many interruptions. Okay, so they're just going to summon out a unicorn, and then on summon we can just Arise Heart, banish it face down, and then that's GG's. Yep, and then we get a Rise Heart to equip.
Yeah, so people know this is mandatory, so every time a card gets banished, I think in the next chain it has to attach something, right?
Yep. That's the one reason why the deck always plays in the cards like Talents and Tasking so hard.
Because every time they activate any card, it will trigger this for sure, and that'll cause trouble. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can get in one more match. Alright, see what we can get. Hopefully someone playing... That was at least, what, a meta deck? It had Kashtiras in it. They drew out the brick half of the deck. Like I mentioned, I play like a weird Orcust tier limit thing, but that's because any 3 dark monsters gets to Rusty, which like makes it easy to work with. But I don't know what the hell that deck needs to open with to do what it needed to do.
Yeah, Raid Raptor, Harpy, Kashtira.
Oh,
okay, let's go. We're gonna go first. Alright. Okay, so this hand's been a lot worse than the other one. So this one actually isn't like super playable. So all we can do is just summon Fenrir, and then Fenrir effect, and then I'll just search for a unicorn. And yeah, that goes through. That's good. And then just set Eclipse and pass. And then we'll hold the Shifter effect, so that way they'll be under Shifter on our turn, which will be really big, especially because we're going to Lava Golem tribute their stuff.
Oh, 40 versus 40.
Gotta love to see it.
Yeah. Is it gotta love to see it or God I love to see it? I can never tell for 100% certainty.
It's gotta.
Gotta, okay. I thought it might be, but I'm sure that's a pretty commonly asked question in the comments.
Yeah. So I mess up my words all the time too. I'm used to like infinite questions about stuff like that.
Yeah. Nope. It's fun to watch you try and pronounce things. It's great.
So here we got a Fenrir banished face down, a Shifter, which is like just a big old floodgate, an Ash Blossom, and then a Book of Eclipse. So we have plenty of interruptions here.
There was no argument to search the Rise Heart just because we can't really summon Unicorn next turn. I guess if the Fenrir lives, we'll search it next turn.
Yeah, it's like making a rank 7 there is really awkward because all we can do is summon out the Shangri-La guy, and then all that is Fenrir, but also lets our opponent do their Kashtira plays if they're playing that deck. So this just gives us like a decent amount of follow-up. If they out the Fenrir, we have Unicorn to like full combo. If they don't out Fenrir, then we have a Rise Heart. But they're taking a decent amount of time here to think. Maybe they're thinking of big combos, but that Shifter in hand probably won't let a lot of big combos happen.
Unless they're on like the mirror, then it doesn't really affect them. They wouldn't get benefits really from, like this deck doesn't gain benefits from playing Shifter, from getting Shifter. It just hurts everybody else.
Sometimes. So Shifter's weird actually. Sometimes you don't even turn one Shifter yourself until the end of the combo because sometimes you want Papayas to go to grave. So that way you can banish it with one of your Scareclaw or Tier Limit guy. Because otherwise you have to banish a card from your hand, which is like really awkward. And also Papayas instead of going to grave gets banished. So there's like little things that Shifter can change, but it's definitely just not good in the mirror.
I'm actually expecting a Shifter hit at some point if they keep making decks that can play under it. I think if the decks that are good enough that can play under Shifter start taking over, I think Shifter has to go to like even things out. I don't know. Is that fair? It makes sense.
I was like big for Shifter Gain Hit before, but then I actually changed my mind on it. Just because like even a deck like Tier Limit, like the big combo deck of the format, like that deck plays through Shifter like almost every game, just because it can summon Babushka, and that card's just really good against every deck that drops Shifter. So I actually don't think Shifter's that bad. It is annoying though. Like you play against your opponent, they open Shifter 2 out of 3 games and they just beat you.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't
nothing.
mind before. My concern is just combo decks playing Shifter, like real combo decks, not just
I
like
mean, it
Blunderies and Exo
it,
Sister.
it depends because like if the combo decks can play Shifter, then like the other combo decks can probably like play through Shifter. It has to be like a weird format, right?
There aren't enough
I don't
combo
know.
decks that could play through Shifter. That's my concern. There's one. It's this deck. This deck can play through Shifter. No other real combo deck can play through Shifter, right? Am I crazy? Maybe
Uh,
I'm missing something.
I don't really see this deck as like a combo deck, to be honest. I see it as like a control deck.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess that's fair. I don't mean like combo. This is like less. I don't know. This is just a
yeah.
really good control deck.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah, we're just on like little different wavelengths there. Like I also count like Sprite as more of a control deck and less of a combo deck. And Sprite's another deck that can like use Shifter or play against Shifter really well. But Tier can't play Shifter but can play against it really well. Another deck I thought of when you said like a combo deck that can play it was like Pendulum. It's like Pendulum can play Shifter even though it's like known as one of the biggest combo decks, which is really cool.
I guess just because none of their cards really go to the graveyard. There's some weird There's like some weird versions of Pen that I think can add back the Shifter. I'm gonna leave on this opponent because they are not doing anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the kind of game I'm gonna cut. Nothing actually happened. Although at the same time, there was a lot of good discussion there. So like hard to want to cut it at the same time. All right, let's see. Post PHY competitive, please. If I don't ask, odds are it'll be complete garbage. I had to like cut a lot from my Sprite video, I think. What did I do recently? Oh, Labyrinth went weird with a bunch of weird opponents' decks. Can't remember the
Yeah.
specifics. It's been a while since I've done one of these because it's hard to find people. Like I haven't played at locals in like 4 weeks, so grabbing like people for these videos has been like harder. Just between the holidays and the weekend, just a lot of stuff coming up. All right, so we lost the dice roll finally. Can someone choose to go first so we can lava goal on them? That'd be nice.
We draw this card every game.
And they make us
Wait,
go
they made
first.
us go first? Jeez.
All
Alright, looks like we're gonna use our prosperity.
6.
Yeah, pretty much always 6.
All right. Preference for banishes.
So we can do. Oh, usually I start like the other side of the extract. a little bit weird, but usually I do one Arise Heart, and then one Shangri-La, then one Zeus, one Big Eye, and then I do the Harmonizer, and then the last card's the Flare Metal. Nah, no chain. Okay. Alright, cool. So we're gonna grab the Prime Planet. Thankfully the last card was a unicorn, otherwise our combo would have been a little bit awkward.
Alrighty. All right, planet.
Yep, and then that's gonna go grab this unicorn. We're pretty much just gonna do what we've done like every other time if we don't get hand trapped.
Oh, we got hand trapped.
Okay. Okay, there we go. There
All right, we
go.
got a game on our hands. Can we do anything?
But no, we can't do anything with this hand, so we're just gonna have to pass here.
That's okay. Beat them. They need us to play a card to the board.
Hopefully. Imagine it's Mech Knight.
There's always a
Just
chance.
Made the best end board against him.
Some dragon deck.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I think we're dead, but I guess we got to see what they're on.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they were choosing to go second.
actually, I don't
Maybe
think we're
they're-
dead. This deck can't 100% kill us if it's just like a Bisted deck.
Yeah. It seems like it's going to be more of like a control build. We also do have like Scareclaw Kashtira that can summon itself. It's not the greatest defense, but it's something.
Yeah, if it felt like a winnable game, I think we'd stick it out. I don't know how long we'll stick this out. I guess we'll just try and get an idea if...
I don't think this game is actually like completely unlosable yet, or unwinnable yet, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, because like right here, we have like Lava Golem to like out their field, and then we can still top deck like Unicorn. It really all just depends on the top deck though, or if they like actually apply enough pressure for us to have to summon out the Scareclaw Kashtira. It seems like they're trying to, or maybe they're just trying to attack, and then make seal. Yeah, that's probably what they're doing here.
Well, they didn't go for trap cards, so they're not going to keep these guys in play.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I like how he plays it though. I don't really like the trap card that much. I think the spell's way better.
Yeah, I wanted to play the spell in some random decks. Just any deck that banishes something. But I didn't play enough pistols at the time.
Okay, so odds are those are actually one of those are probably the trap card.
That makes sense. Alrighty.
Okay.
Alright, then on a
search
real
safe.
dragon deck.
Okay. I think here we start with. Oh, this is awkward because if we there's no point of ever lava golem.
There is a point if we...
Actually, we could drop 2 of them, yeah.
The other thing I was thinking of is if they have the trap card, they could just pop our field spell, right?
So what did they search during end phase?
Safer.
Okay, so I actually do think we lava golem here, because we're gonna lava golem, and then they're gonna use their regained to summon back from the graveyard, and
Attack
then
defense doesn't matter. Sorry.
Defense.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're just gonna summon back, and then we can lava golem them again.
Which is hilarious. Alright.
It's such a weird interaction. I love this.
Yeah. Do it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, try to protect ourselves from their trap card.
Yeah. Search planned again?
Yep.
Alright, it feels like what we have to do, but at least we don't have a monster, so their guy's not a quick effect.
Yeah.
We have no normal summon this turn. Is their other card really Ash and safer?
I hope not.
I don't expect us to win anyway. Just like realistically, what can we do?
And I don't know. I feel like this is an okay position. It's okay. It really depends what they have, like private cards. Then just planet over planet, try to search unicorn.
Is there any chance that Fenrir's the better pick?
No, because like unicorn just gets you to Fenrir with papayas, but Fenrir doesn't get you to unicorn.
Yeah, but if they
you can't.
Once we put a monster on board, they can summon a dragon, which can turn on the trap. So if we summon unicorn, they just out unicorn.
But if we were to like summon Fenrir, they would also just out that.
Yeah, but that would at least out a card back. We're dead if they summon a monster. I guess we should go for the play that's more likely to win the game than to survive, right?
And also, if we get popped on like our unicorn, we still have plays.
All right.
Because we can like summon the Scareclaw and then summon the Rise Heart. It's not the greatest, but we'll have a pop set up with a Fenrir. Okay, so that's definitely gonna cause some trouble here. Because this obviously means that they either have the trap card or they're just trying to regain to draw. And then I think we just unicorn right from their extra here.
Let's see what they got. Maybe we'll get some good info.
Alright. And then we'll get to see exactly what they're on. Because it's most likely just Bistio control.
Huh.
Okay.
Alright, that was unavoidable.
So next we're going to go Rise Heart to summon itself out.
Now this could be the more dangerous player because he can keep us from becoming level 7.
Yeah. Okay, so they drew Magma off that. Yeah, so like we could get hit with Imperm on that. Oh, that's...
They didn't activate the effect because it's attributed for cost, so...
Yeah, so they just flipped it, which is weird, but that's okay.
What the hell were the stats of this thing? I guess
it
doesn't really matter.
Summon it and attack, because either we use it for something or we lose this turn.
Yeah, that's another thing people have to be concerned with. If you commit too early to putting something in like attack or defense when you don't want to, you can like lose the game. Okay.
And now we can go Scareclaw Kashtira to summon itself out.
This one attacks and defense, so...
Yeah. And then Rise Heart, go banish Papayas from the deck. Because Papayas, when it's banished, lets us add back a banished Kashtira card. So we'll get to add back our Unicorn. Try to grab a little bit. Follow up here. There's another banishing card would do anything. Now we can overlay, and here we have a few different options. So we know that they have Safer and Phase Search, so they're able to beat a Zeus if we try to summon it. So here we're in a really awkward spot. So I think we actually just go for Shangri-La and defense up in the extra monster zone, and then we just pass. It doesn't seem the greatest, because it's not. We just need them to mess up here. So we're going to get our standby phase effect of Shangri-La to special. Okay. So now we have Drew Safer. Okay. Then standby.
Well, they have priority. They have to take 1,000 damage. Alright. Okay. Does this thing detach as cost or no? It doesn't even detach for this effect. I guess it's just a protection effect?
Yeah. So we're going to get to try to bring out Fenrir here.
Which should bring back their magma, which is annoying.
Yeah, they're going to go regain 1, and then we'll go Prime Planet 2. to pop the regained. Oh,
Then they won't get
okay.
their magma back.
Okay.
I guess they want to get that out before we can banish a card.
Yeah. So we're gonna bring out Fenrir. We can just bring it out into just bring it out into funds.
I can't think of a reason to put in an attack.
And then we can Prime Planet effect. And then I think that is just going to target their branded beast. Because here we're just in a position where they have to mess up. Otherwise we just can't win this game.
Alright, so everyone, that's how you play to win. We need them to mess up, so we're gonna assume that they are and play accordingly.
Yeah, because there's like another way we could play it where we Prime Planet pop Sornir, they dump Blue Velorn, we Fenrir banish Druids, but then they still have Seyfried in hand and Lava Golem on field and a lot of plays set up. So I think this is the proper play, even though there's 100 different things you can do to win. Oh, okay.
Decent. So this thing was summoned to the level 7 or higher, so it can't be targeted. That's going to send away Shangri-La, and we can't really Fenrir this card. So I guess we're like forced to use it now before he attacks us, or do we try and wait and see if he messes up bigger?
I think we just wait. Because if we just use it now, then he knows there's no interruptions to play through. Yeah. Honestly, it's going to sound bad, but against a lot of times if you play against a not so good player, if you just try to keep your interruptions longer, they're bound to mess up more. Because it's really hard to play through interruptions if your opponent just doesn't throw them out.
Yeah, I guess once they're out of there, you know what's going on. But
here, I think we actually... Yeah, here we go Fenrir to banish the Seyfried. But I think we just lose anyways though. After the discard Seyfried off that, there's just no playing through it. Because they have Seyfried to add back Blue Velorn, and then they also have the black in hand.
Alright, I guess we could just safely concede.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe we'll get them in game 2.
Alright, so...
They're on dragons, we're going first.
Yeah, we can put in Judgment, a Pointer, set rotation. They are playing Bestial Control. I'd still put in Zombie World. It's probably just better than Necker Valley anyways. And then take out Necker Valley, the 3 Lava Golems. And then we'll probably just take out 2 Eclipse. Yeah. Honestly, I would take out all the Eclipse and put the Necker Valley back in. I'll probably come up more. Yeah.
Right. Good like this?
Yep.
Alright. Let's go first. And looks pretty good.
Yeah. So we get the Summon Unicorn. And then we have a 2-card combo here since we open Fenrir. This can search Birth if it goes through. Ooh, okay, they're thinking there. Good thing here, though, is our Prosperity does have a lot of things it can hit if we do get stopped on this.
What's the worst thing that can happen? They could cherries something?
Yeah, cherries would definitely hurt on like the Shangri-La here, but we still have a Pointer Judgment. Oh, okay, that's fair. And then we just go Prosperity for 6.
You know, once there was a point in time where I used to move the cards that we normally banish to the front of the extra deck before the game started, and I just keep forgetting to do that. Alright, what was it? A Rise Heart, a Shangri-La,
Zeus, 1 Big Eye, and then, just 1 Harmonizer, and then the Red Eyes guy. The Harmonizer is really just there for tier limit. Okay, so we're going to search the Papayas off of that.
Alrighty.
So now here we pretty much just have the classic like 1 Unicorn combo. So we just activate Papayas.
What's worth noting is we actually didn't have to use the, what do you call it? We actually didn't activate Unicorn yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that affects the line. Search or Rise Heart?
Yeah. Moonlit is interesting for sure. Oh, this uses OCG ruling.
Not the part regarding trigger effects in hand are not quick effects on yugioh if you press 1 button.
Oh, that's fair.
So we're playing TCG.
Then we can summon out the Rise Heart.
Activate, right? Okay.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Alright.
Overlay.
Oh, overlay first? Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't want to mess up. Shangri-La?
Yep. Feels like the only way for us to banish cards from our opponent's deck face down turn 1. Rise Heart is really nice for that.
Big Bang.
And then XYZ1, Trap 2. See, you're getting the hang of the deck. I don't even have to tell you what to do anymore. You already know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that complicated. It looks more complicated than it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Zones don't really matter too much here. Okay.
Yeah. Usually I try to go after like the middle one and then the one all the way to their right or our left.
So
And
here we
then
can take Unicorn, Search, Birth,
Yep.
normal Fenrir.
Yep. And then special. This is pretty good. And
Alright,
then
so that blanked their card. That's good.
yeah. And then we don't have to birth yet. It
I
doesn't really
accidentally
matter that
committed.
much. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, we're gonna use
the master duel problem.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then yeah, we're gonna overlay our unicorn and our rice heart, and then I'll go ahead and go into the mine hacker because we're not actually gonna end up summoning out the Fenrir this turn, but we are gonna use the birth to summon back the unicorn that we detached because we need to keep a card in hand for our pointer.
Oh, that's why we're holding a card. Okay, what looks scary in here? The Zeus, I guess?
Yeah, just Zeus.
Yeah, you guys don't need that Zeus. Oh, they scooped. Okay, I guess they probably had a hand that would require the Zeus or something. They're going first, probably.
Okay. Is there like a reset button on this? Or
it says there is, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. I think this is it goes back to how we started as soon as we entered it. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to.
Okay.
I could just grab the few cards that clearly weren't in here before.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
And just put in stuff that should go in.
So we can put in. I think we put in Gamma here, and then I'm actually like concerned with our opponent making us go first after what happened game 1. So I just want to put in like the set rotation zombie world, and then probably honestly I'm like let's put in Necro Valley. Yeah, I was conflicted on the last card just because it's very interesting that they're deciding to go second with their deck.
Oh, I forgot they did. Sometimes
So
you
it's
forget by game 3.
Yeah, like right here, like I'm not 100% sure if they're gonna make us go first or if they're gonna go first.
Oh, look. So, well, they're going first.
All right, sorry about that. Means they have a really strong hand. We do have Gamma against them though. I'm not gonna do anything against Summoning Seal though.
The FTK, yeah.
That's so good.
One of my favorite things in Master Duel that these cards were at 3 still.
Yeah, I actually built Dragon Link right when Master Duel came out, and I was only using 1 white and 1 black because I just didn't notice that they were at 3. Alright, brings out the white there, and it's just Seal. So cool plays that we have next turn, depending on how this goes. Ooh.
Any chance that this is the negate? It's hard to say where we should bother with.
Let me think on that one, because I kind of want to save Gamma for our own turn, but...
If they just search a Bestial and summon it, can we beat it? Or will we have same trouble with the board?
I think we just Gamma that. No, actually, I capped. Oh, my bad.
Hold it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
No, I didn't commit to it.
Oh, yeah, don't do it. Oh, yes, let's go.
Yeah. So it's like a feature in Master Duel that lets you work like this, where you hold left click to make sure you can get the opportunity to activate things, and hold right click when you don't want to activate things. I just caught it beforehand.
Okay, that was insane. Because, yeah, we definitely wouldn't want to Gamma the Lubellion there, or we play into any Bistio really hard. So I'm happy that we didn't. Because we're supposed to... So they search Druismore, which means they already have Magma. There's so many in the Druis. Yeah, banishing Lubellion? Yeah, we just let that go. I don't even know what they're going for now. I thought they were going to search Magma and then summon Magma. And then we have 2 different choices there. We can either like Gamma the Magma, or wait for Lubellion to come out, and just Gamma Lubellion to make sure that they don't get the trap card.
Just looking through their extra deck again, since we can.
Yeah.
Anything of interest that they might do that we can prepare for?
Yeah, I think there's got to be an Atom play. Oh, they're just setting it.
This card has to be. What? They didn't even get Magna?
What?
That's weird.
Okay. So it's because they have the trap set, I'm guessing, and they want a Druis Worm to do something with that. Okay, so now if we just Gamma Seal, they shouldn't have any follow-up. Okay,
Eradicator.
that makes some sense. All right.
Spell cards. We need those a little bit. I guess we should imperm this while I guess we don't have to do it right this second, right?
Yeah, I think like we imperm this.
Well, okay.
We can just like summon Unicorn and like battle phase attack it.
Okay.
And then they'll bounce back the hand. Or if they bounce back the hand, we have Gamma for Seal's Graveyard effect.
That's one line. They could have a continuous they can flip up and bounce their own card. I don't know if they would bother with that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely could, but I really don't think it's worth impriming though. Just because they'll see the gamma in our hand, so they should know to play around it. But either way, like we could like imperm before after Eradicator.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My
I was
brain
confused for a
totally
second.
my brain totally misregistered as to how they were gonna know we had gamma, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, Eradicator. All right,
So we
let's
can go
see.
special, the unicorn, and then that should probably go through unless they have a trap card for it. Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
they want to bounce their own card.
Yeah.
Wait, this doesn't accomplish anything, right? We could summon unicorn more than once per turn, right?
Yeah. Wait. They bounced. Yeah, just gamma that. Oh my god,
Oh,
let's go.
hold on, but if we gamma that, then we can't summon our unicorn again.
We can because we can just tribute.
Oh, tribute summon. That's not a line I was seeing.
This is insane.
All right, tribute summon.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's find out. Is it imperm? Whoa.
Papyrus or
Yeah, papyrus there.
what do we summon off of this?
I'll summon out Fenrir.
Fenrir, search Rise Heart. Summon Rise Heart. Okay, and they lost connection. The Master Duel Special. All right, cool. I think that was a lot to show. Let's go back to the deck list, just briefly discuss anything that may not have come up, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, because I actually remembered something too.
All right, cool, good. All right, we're back at the deck list. Any thoughts on things that may or may not have come up during our duels?
We didn't really have the field spells come up, like the Necker Valley, Zombie World, Set Rotation. I think the one time we had Terraforming, we just had to grab Engine. One thing I did want to talk about though, it was the Sphere Mode in the side deck. At the very beginning, I messed up when I was talking about this card. A few things about it, other than it just being a normal summon. Since you give it to your opponent, when you get it back, it can also be really hard to out. So that's like a big thing to remember about this is that it shifts control, and then if you get it back, you won't be able to use a lot of your follow up.
So a clever opponent might just hold on to it and just try and get it back to you, I guess?
Yeah, yeah. So this card can actually end up messing you over for sure.
Okay, I've done that to a Goki player 1,000 years ago, like when their extra deck just couldn't deal with it. Like they just couldn't get it out it when I gave it back to me. That was just funny. But yeah, I never considered that because they're doing weird stuff in the OCG, right? Mushroom Man number 2 to give you a monster, and this is, I guess, a weird way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. If people start giving you monsters, then this deck is just completely unplayable if the format starts doing stuff like that. Because this deck already has a hard matchup against a lot of things, so if people start messing over your engine turn 1, and that's just going to make it unplayable.
Alright. I keep mentioning my stupid Orcus deck, but I've been playing a lot of Edo Pro, and I keep playing versus this, so one of the things that's funny is just Gearsu, give them a token and then just leave it there. It's become the standard, just, I'll leave it there. They're on Kashtira for sure, and then just not worry about it.
I feel it. I play a lot of Sprite, and I get shifted a lot, and then I'll Mannequin Cat summon back Shifter to their field, and then it just messes them over. It's so funny.
Alright, cool. Yeah, we got anything you can think of in a deck that has worked is always worth knowing. Alright, anything else you can think of?
No, nothing else.
Alright, cool. Alright, so everyone make sure you go check out the DB Grinder, and I'm sure check out the combo video that's been posted, and you'll see more Kashtira being played as we approach Photon Hypernova. And also, you're tired of tier. We should test Kashtira. It'll be more fun. Slightly. Different kind of fun. Alright, cool. Subscribe, like the video, etc. And I'll see y'all next time. Alright. Alright, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate that.
Yo, no problem, no problem.